Hello guys, just ranking Dead Rising games. Very quick video. So we start off with Dead Rising 1, the best zombie game of all time. Aged so well, great story, great characters, literally can use anything as a weapon, great bosses, psychopaths, like just a perfect game and a perfect main character. Frank West. I've covered what you know. Dead Rising 2. Definitely S tier, one of the best co-op games I've ever played. Kind of a downgrade from the first game, but they kind of find a way to make up for it by adding combo weapons, where you can basically combine stuff together to make these ultimate weapons, which is pretty cool. Yeah, and just the co-op as well. Still makes it a fun time. Just not as good as the first one in my opinion, but it's still pretty fun, like in co-op. Yeah. And just, you know, Chuck Green's still a legendary character, just not as good as Frank West, but still cool. And I guess it's kind of divided where some people like the stuff with Katie and Dope because, you know, the timer and stuff, like having to get us on bricks and shit. But yeah, I just like, you know, their kind of father and daughter kind of bond and stuff. Yeah, gives you something to hook on to with the story. Yeah. Then there's the prequel to Dead Rising 2. I'll just put it in a good tier because it's not really much of a game. It's just basically setting up Dead Rising 2 and it gives you little bonuses for like playing it, I guess. It doesn't do a bad job, but it's not really necessary to play. Like, you could easily skip this, you're not really missing much. Just some extra story really, just to build up to like Dead Rising 2. Yeah. Right, so KSWS, definitely great. Like, when it comes to DLCs, it's like one of the ones that I always like to replay the most. Such a fun time, and just getting to see Frank West and Chuck Green working together, like, it's just brilliant, like awesome, and it kind of sets up the story for Dead Rising 3 pretty well, which I was thinking like, man, who knows how good this game could be. And I guess you're gonna get to hear my opinion now on the game. Well, I could cover off the record first, but yeah, let's cover Dead Rising 3 first. So, put it above. So yeah, I definitely obviously enjoyed it more than KSOS because Dead Rising 3 was like a next gen game, so it was able to do things that Dead Rising 2 KSOS couldn't, and even Dead Rising 2, like, it felt like a next gen experience. But oh man, the biggest issue is that it kind of took away a lot of stuff that made 1 and 2 so great, and it tried to be a lot more open, like a huge city that you could explore, but they kind of found a way to make it also linear, more linear than the first 2 games, which is just insane to say because you have all this huge city to explore, but then they add like block paths to stop you from being able to drive cars in that area, and it becomes more tedious than fun. Like, that's kind of the issue. Obviously the best stuff they do is, you know, add more combo weapons, way more zombies on screen, because next gen, it's just the main character isn't as good as Frank West or even Chuck Green, but it's still likeable enough, I guess. Just a bit awkward, but still a great survivor, I guess. Yeah. Characters are okay, it's just the dialogue isn't as good as the original games. It's just even though Dead Rising 2 has already started to go a bit downhill, like less serious with the dialogue. And 3 just, even with the story, I'm just like, you're just not really fully taking in like the seriousness compared to like the first game, where, oh my god, you felt like you've been playing a zombie movie with the first game, and no other zombie game makes me feel like I'm playing truly a zombie movie. Like, man, because you're basically playing Dawn of the Dead, but in game form with the first game, and Dead Rising 2 is just a fun game anyway. And 3, it feels like a like basically you're playing Zombieland basically. Yeah, obviously Zombieland's a great film, but you know, it's really jokey, you're not really gonna take it serious. Yeah. Still fun, Dead Rising 3, just not as good as these games. Like, these like are just so good, and this was kind of a step down, but we'll get to a certain game. But we're gonna cover off the record, which I'll probably like more than Dead Rising 3, yeah, because it basically adds a lot more to what was missing from Dead Rising 2, and also things that wasn't even in Dead Rising 1. And man, I wouldn't blame people to say this is the best Dead Rising game off the record, because it also brings back Frank Rest. Like, it does all the things to easily be better, but it's because of, you know, at the end of the day, Dead Rising 2's engine is kind of a downgrade to Dead Rising 1's engine. Because imagine if they just expanded on Dead Rising 1's engine, or just make something that was better than Dead Rising 1's engine. Man, Dead Rising 2 would easily be better, but they just basically kind of downgraded certain stuff like the graphics and stuff, and the way how the zombies just felt so easy to fight. Like, it was like possibly the weakest zombies to fight in the franchise, the Dead Rising 2 zombies, and the game just feels so easy compared to Dead Rising 1. 3 also can be easy, but they can be a bit more challenging because of difficulty and stuff, so yeah. I don't know about 4 because I've never played it, because I've seen how bad it is. Like, I'm never gonna touch Dead Rising 4. Like, just looking at it, it looks bad. Like I'm just, you're not even playing as Frank Rest because they're bringing him back again, but it's not Frank Rest, man. That's not Frank Rest. It's an imposter, Hank East, which some people like to say. The DLC just looks terrible too, which didn't even include it because, yeah, it's the full package, right? The full shit package. They get rid of psychopaths. They give you like some fake Frank Rest, make him so unlikable. Does things that Frank Rest would never do. Like, the story shit. Like, the characters. Can you even call them characters? It's just, from what I've seen from the game, is why I'd never want to even try this game. I mean, there's a lot of bad games I've decided to try, like Resident Evil 6 and stuff, which some people find Resident Evil 6 a great game, but because of the bugs and stuff, and Leon only having the only good story. I mean, Chris's story to some degree is kind of good, but it's too much action. Like, you need to mix up the horror and action together, man. And then the other stories for me was just glitchy, so yeah. It's just the worst in the franchise, and it killed the franchise, sadly. And it's the reason why we didn't get Dead Rising 5. Yeah, it really sucks. Come Vancouver, man, I miss you. You made the best zombie franchise, in my opinion. It's just, man, because it was kind of going downhill from 3, but I still, to a degree, enjoyed it. It's just not as good as this game. Like, yeah, at least better than Case West to a degree, but man, there's a part of me that feels like I should make this over, but because it's not like a long game, it's just a little DLC expansion to like Dead Rising 2's ending, from ending A instead of S, yeah. But yeah, just a quick little tier list of my favourite zombie franchise. Would love to get more from it, like someday. Maybe finally bring out Dead Rising 5 that we were supposed to get, but until then, yeah, this is my ranking. So yep, appreciate you can leave a like. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.